Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Today, I want to talk to you about one of my psychic stories. All my stories, they mean so much to me because they always have different messages. And I always say I learn from all of my clients as well as spirits. So I want to say thank you. I was doing a talk show literally at the Well with Jennifer Weigel, and I do a lot of them with Jen. So Jen, if you're listening, I love what you do as well. But after I was taking questions from the audience, and I had this wonderful mother and her daughter, and they're trying to make sense of what tragically happened. This mother had three daughters, and one of her daughters was getting married in a destination wedding. And her husband, the dad, he was, they were at an island and it was hot and he was getting hot and he was getting perspiry, and he just figured, well, it's just humid and I'm enjoying the moment. And it was his turn to give a toast to his daughter and his new son-in-law. And while he gave a beautiful toast, he dropped dead of a heart attack. Yep, right at the wedding, right in front of everybody. Now, this poor wife who was crying and explaining this to me, and I got to tell you, you didn't hear a pin drop in the room. Everybody was like devastated. I mean, this was truly a tragic story. And nobody really knew what to say. And this poor mother was crying in tears of her agony and pain. And daughter was crying, and I wanted to cry with them. But all I kept doing was I kept seeing this man who had dropped dead of a heart attack, and he kept saying, tell them I'm okay. I got to do what I love at the best time of my life. And I'm looking at him, and he looked perfect. He looked great. And at the same time, he said, everything that I'm doing, if this was to be my last hurrah, I got to do it with everybody, with my loved ones being present at a happy occasion. And I said what I wanted to say at the moment I wanted to say it. And I was at my happiest. So I just was like, oh my God. So nobody knew what to say to this poor woman and this daughter, and such lovely people. And I then began to say what the husband wanted me to say. I said, it is a tragedy, and I wish I could take away your pain. And I truly am so sorry. I'm sorry for your hurt. I said, but at the same time, when it's all of our time to go, and there's a lot of ways to go, some traumatic, some with terrible debilitating illnesses that you're praying for death because you can't stand the pain. Think of how you would want to go. Your husband got to go amongst his family, his friends, on the happiest day to see his daughter get married. He got up, he said a toast, he wanted to say what he wanted to say, and that's when God took him. It doesn't get better than that, if you really think about it. And he taught me, put a spin on it. And I thought to myself, how true that this man who came to me and said this. Because we're all going to go one day. And I always say I pray not to suffer. But you're not going to stop the inevitable because it's a cycle. You're born and then you go. But wouldn't it be nice to do something at your greatest height of happiness and sharing it with your loved ones and knowing that you were your best and happiest self at that moment, and you were glowing and you were amongst everyone? And you weren't alone, and you didn't suffer. So, yeah, it was a tragedy, but if you look at it, maybe it wasn't so tragic. So, about 3 weeks later, I had this mother and daughter, and they came for a private session with me. And he came out, and he came through beautifully with so many beautiful things that needed for their ears to only hear. I'm a big person for privacy. I really am. And there was a lot of things that came through. But what this mother told me, or the wife, however you want to view it, She said, Susan, when you said that to me, and as I was going home, I stopped and I thought about it. And I said to my daughter, you know, she's right. If he had to go and God needed to take your father, he was taken at his best self. He was taken with everybody around him celebrating happiness. She goes, so what you said to me, it really resonated to me and it helped me. And I said, it was your husband's words that said it. It wasn't mine. She says, but thank God that you heard those words, Susan. So thank you. I miss my husband with all my heart, she said. But I know he's with God and I know he's happy. And what you just told me today in this reading, the power of spirit, as you say. That just made me so happy to give this woman peace. But the power of spirit that helped me deliver this message. So I cannot take credit for this. I give credit to spirit every day, each and every day. So I know that there's a lot of tragedies and it's a terrible thing, but sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture to what universe is trying to teach us and what we're going to walk away with. Are we going to walk away with constantly seeing the glass really empty, or are we going to fill it with abundance of beautiful water and look at it in a different way? Like I said, our loved ones want us to thrive. They don't want us being in misery and not moving forward because of them. So this was a psychic story that I wanted to talk about because I found it so beautiful in so many ways. So until next time, I know I'm going to have a lot more psychic stories to come, but I wanted to share with you. So try to take something good, as hard as it can be, and try to put it a better spin on it, okay? Because this is what they want for us. They want us to constantly thrive and to be happy and not to be sad. So we owe them our best selves. That is love. Until next time, have a great night. All my love. Bye-bye.